Mama and son terrorized by a strange creature. This will be scary. Hey guys, Kenny here. Stay cool and roll out to the movies. Bye. The Babadook. This is about a mother and her son who have a really difficult time living with each other because her son has a strange disability where he makes a lot of noise and and he sometimes overdoes things that normally shouldn't be, and she has to live with that and cope with it and tries to help him through her troubles that are going on because she is a single mom with him. And along with that, they have there's they come across this book called Mr. Babadook, and when she reads it, all of a sudden she starts seeing that this that it's that thing that looks like this right here. She starts thinking that she sees this almost anywhere she goes, and that's really what the story is about. And then her son, he starts having this idea of trying to protect her from anything that happens, and so it doesn't, so nothing comes to harm her. And he makes this really kind of interesting backpack contraption, and that's all I would say about that. It's a pretty ingenious thing, and but sometimes it gets him in trouble. So this is a really uh, good film. It's a good film, but it can be incredibly depressing because of the life that they have with each other. It's more about them than anything else, and how they try to cope and live with each other. It is incredibly well made, but it's still really depressing because she is a single mom, as I said, and he has an incredibly unusual disability. Probably not really unusual, but it's a disability that is not always seen a lot. And uh, so their lives together are incredibly hard to uh, deal with. This is who they are right here. The mom and the son. In that book that she reads, it something happens at some point where it becomes incredibly disturbing. I'm not going to say what happens with that book, but somehow something changes, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I do think this is an important film. I enjoy it, but it is incredibly depressing, and that the whatever the creature is, it doesn't show up a lot in the film, but whenever it does, it is really disturbing, and if and it can probably cause nightmares. This is not rated R. There is not much bad language or violence in it, but the themes and the story in it are incredibly dark and can be really disturbing. So I recommend this, but this is another one that might be cautiously recommended because that creature does something with the mom, and it it something happens with her, and the things between the mother and the son become even more uh, stressful and dark and depressing, and her behavior is really different. I'm not going to say what happens. And so something also had happened in her own life, or well, with them, that is also incredibly depressing. That this creature that uses mainly against her. Uh, so I'm not going to say what that is, but this is a film that I do think is really important. It is more about trying to cope with someone with a really a severe mental disability, and and how to how the two of them try to live with each other because of that, and on top of that, having this whatever it is, uh, but bothering them in a way. So I do really recommend this. It is based on a short film, but and so this is the uh, it is well made. Uh, I do recommend it, but this is one that I consciously recommend because it can be really depressing with what goes on between the two of them, and not only with that creature, but even when it does not involve this, um, how things are going between them and how they interact with other people is also really depressing. they try The other people do try and help them out and be nice, but it is not always easy for the others to try and do that. So this is really not necessarily scary, but it could be because of that creature and what happens with the mom because of it. And I do really enjoy this. I was waiting to talk about this and review it because I would talk really highly about it. I do think it is incredibly an important film, and I've had this for a while, and and now I'm finally getting around to reviewing it. I really do think this is a film that should be seen more and more because it deals with it with mainly how to deal with someone with a disability and a single mother living with it, and that it couldn't help with someone who is living with that. So I really do enjoy this. It is not really an entertaining film, but it, I do think it is a film that should be seen. I re- I do recommend this. So click subscribe up here on my channel or down here if you're watching the video by itself. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Stay cool and roll out to the movies. Bye.